What would it mean to be able to talk to angels? How would that change your life? Join us now on Angel Talk Tuesday as the psychic angel channelers Julie Geigel and Susan Schuler allow angels to speak directly through them, sharing messages from beyond. As you bathe in the vibrational frequency of the angels here, you will begin to open up to a stronger and clearer communication of your own. The purpose of this show is to help you awaken, expand, and remember the magnificent being that you are and the mission you came here to fulfill.
Welcome everyone. Our theme for the month has been families, and today's topic is extended families or blended families. So this is our last week of families. We've been hitting it hard for 5 weeks. Some awesome information coming through from Metatron and Jacob in dealing with family issues and rising up. Next month, we will be focusing on passion. Our theme will be Passion for September. So excited to shift into that new energy of passion. This is Julie Geigel, International Psychic Medium, Trance Channeler for Archangel Metatron, and Awakened Healer. I offer psychic medium readings and spiritual counseling over the phone and in person in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. I also teach online spiritual classes, and you can find me at juliegeigel.com and on Facebook at Psychic Medium Julie. And I did want to mention we have opened up our Lightworkers Mentorship Program. We have our Level 2 coming up in November, and we have a special early bird registration going on right now. You can sign up for that at js1130.eventbrite.com. And so we are also taking callers today. We will be giving free psychic and medium readings during our segment 2 and segment 4 this morning. All right, Metatron is ready. So I'm going to go ahead and ring the tincture bells and clear out any lower vibrations and create a pure sacred space for trance channeling today. So go ahead and take 3 nice deep breaths with me. Welcome. I am Metatron, here in service to humanity. We are thrilled and delighted to join you here for a beautiful discussion on family. But before we begin to dive in, we would like you to open up and feel the beautiful healing that we bring forth this day. The beautiful expansion of your soul and your spirit. Feel a shower of love, a shower of light. Imagine standing in a beautiful circle, calling in your family, your loved ones. And imagine opening to your divine spiritual council, your team of masters and angels that are assisting you in this transition into the new consciousness, the new energy. And as you begin to absorb and align with this new energy, you might be experiencing an array of emotions, feeling unbalanced, teetering between discourse and harmony. Part of what you are feeling is the collective consciousness breaking through. There is some resistance within the collective, and you are helping all to rise up. There is some resistance within your own circle of influence. There are those that are moving with this transition easily, staying grounded and within their light. But there are many who are feeling an influx of fear, overwhelm, and disharmony that the unknown brings. All is well. Whether you are picking up from energies outside of you, in the collective, in your circle of influence, or from the ethers, it does not interfere with your own ability to stay attuned and aligned within your power. So imagine that you are a tree and you have beautiful, strong, deep roots growing out the bottom of your feet, going deep into Mother Earth, enlisting her help in staying grounded in this transition. And now imagine her beauty, her love and grace moving up through those roots, through your entire body, up out the top of your head, out your arms. Imagine your arms extending like branches on the tree. And imagine the leaves are reminders that there is new growth, new opportunities, and fresh starts coming. And now imagine being a safe haven for your inner circle, a place for them to come and lean against or hold on to your beautiful trunk, showering them with love and blessings, letting them know They are exactly where they are supposed to be, and all is in perfect and divine order. As you gather together your inner circle, we would like to take a moment to focus on your own family, specifically those blended families. And we want you to imagine any interference or blocks to blending within the family unit. These energies that have come from different families of origins being seamless. And just imagine each of you are being encased in a beautiful salve, and anything prickly like a porcupine falls off. And there is a beautiful smoothness and opening of the heart. We are all one big blended family. We are all one in the perfection of the universe. There is no separateness. We are one color. We are one language. We are one body. Imagine all of these beautiful hearts opening to receive this healing, allowing new insights and inspirations to come together and align in peace and order, harmony and love. Rising up, rising up, rising up into the beautiful truth of who you are. Magnificent, glorious, unending. This wave of energy is allowing you to step into your power, engaging creative means to accomplish your goal, to accomplish your harmony. I am Metatron, and I have spoken here this day. This is Julie Geigel, channeling Archangel Metatron. You can find me over at juliegeigel.com. Coming up in our next segment is Susan Schuler and Jacob, a master teacher of the Akasha.
The future of Internet radio is here. OMTimes Radio, IOM FM.
Change and growth are part of natural life and also part of your spiritual life. Everyone needs support and guidance, especially during life passages. Upgrade yourself with the OMTimes Experts program. With OMTimes Experts, you have access to the best intuitive coaches, spiritual teachers, counselors, astrologists, and oracles. Our team was carefully selected so you can trust. Find out more at experts.omtimes.com.
Do you need help with relationships, romance, or career? I'm a triple-tested, accurate, and ethical psychic medium and spiritual counselor. Simply click on my Call Me Now button at juliegeigel.com.
Mediumship readings offer much closure and healing. This is Susan Schuler. Let me connect you to your loved ones on the other side. Schedule an appointment at mediumsusan.com.
And we are the Psychic Angel Channelers from Angel Talk Tuesday, hosted every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern on OMTimesRadio.com.
Hi, I'm Kelly Fox, host and astrologer of The Astrology Show. Each week, I'll give you access to the current transits, which are a valuable tool that provide astrological information to help unlock the potential each of us has. Understanding the stars can help steer us in the right direction to make better informed choices. So if you're wondering what's going to happen in your week ahead, be sure to tune in to The Astrology Show for guidance, Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
What? Why? Just wait for the inheritance. We've definitely got a rich uncle somewhere. We're one call away from the winner's circle at the Derby, dinners with multiple forks, a vacation home in the country, using summer as a verb.
You don't actually think that, do you?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Angel Talk Tuesday. This is Julie Geigel with Susan Schuler. And during this segment, we will be discussing the channeling.
Thank you.
Of Archangel Metatron. And we are waiting for our lovely Susan. Hey, Susan.
I'm here.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, I am just so programmed to say Susan Schuler up next for channeling. That, we are discussing this segment, and we are taking live callers. So if you have a comment about the channeling, we'd love to hear from you. If you have a question about your life, you need some psychic advice. We work specifically with romance and relationships, career, and business. So you can dial in at 1-202-570-7057. Again, that number is 1-202-570-7057. And you can also join us in the break room over on Facebook, Angel Talk Tuesday Breakroom. You can post your question over there, and we can share it here on the air. So we're going to go ahead and shift over to our discussion until we get a caller here this morning. Susan, take it away.
Okay. First of all, I hope my connection's okay. For some reason, it keeps kind of clicking in and out, which is why I called back and hung up. So should anything go wrong, Julie, just please jump in. I have no idea. Like I told you, I was even having a hard time getting online earlier. So I know Mercury's in retrograde, but I don't always like to use that as an excuse. Okay. But what are the quotes that you ended with, or Metatron ended with? First, okay, I'm going to work backward here. So let's talk about like in the very beginning. Actually, I'll start at the beginning. It's interesting what he was talking about, absorbing and aligning to this new energy. And I'm really glad he talked about this, because the discord and the lack of harmony and feeling unbalanced, these are all things that I'm personally relating to right now. And it always makes me feel a little bit better to know that it is the collective consciousness that perhaps I'm feeling, rather than just my issues, which of course I'm human and I have my own issues. But I do feel like this brings up some interesting points, as he mentions, with so many of us today, and I'm sure so many on the show today, being empaths, where we're so sensitive to this collective consciousness, and being able to realize that, okay, I'm holding space right now, and it feels really weird, and I don't understand why I'm feeling all of these things, because I don't think it's me, but yet still kind of dealing with it. So personally, I really enjoyed the fact that he started off with that. Makes me feel a little better.
Yeah,
And
me too.
even honestly, it's like even as starting, and you were clearing the energy, and I was kind of just my brain was kind of going elsewhere, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, maybe I'm doing this all wrong. Maybe I'm putting the cart before the horse, and I need to just kind of back up and let them do my counsel, do whatever they're going to do, and stop trying to lead the show. And I think that's what so many of us are trying to do right now. And when you just kind of like let it go, it's just easier. So anyway, so that's some of the stuff that I was feeling that he was kind of getting into, and I loved the grounding technique. To me, I'm a very visual person, and just the big roots and the big tree and the things coming out of your fingertips, to me, that definitely resonated. And I especially loved the fact that he was saying about being a safe haven for others. Because we do, like I just said, we get so wrapped up in our own stuff that we forget, wow, I am supposed to be a safe haven for other people. And in my home, and especially like what he's talking about, like with today. Anything you want to add to that before I keep going? Because I could just keep going here.
You know I'm dying to comment on this because there's just so much. Yeah, totally. I know I've been feeling some icky energy here last weekend or over the weekend last week, and just, every day, cleansing, clearing, releasing so much junk. So yeah, for me as well, I completely agree that it was refreshing to hear that there is a huge collective consciousness going on right now with resisting this wave of energy that's here right now. And kind of that toddler, that 2-year-old with the temper tantrum. No, I like things the way they are, or not even that you like things the way you are, but you hate change. So it's like, the comfortable, the familiar, hanging on tightly to that. So yeah, and I know Metatron is famous for the lighthouse, which I positively love, but the tree today just was so perfect. And I've got these 2 beautiful, enormous trees, and I'll take a picture and post in the break room, and I'll take a picture from underneath, because when you stand next to the trunk and you look up, there's just this beautiful, intricate, woven branches and leaves and interconnected, and I was totally becoming one with these trees that I have in my backyard, and it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much healing that we get from these trees. So if you've got trees in your backyard, go hug a tree today.
That's funny too. Do you remember the big tree in the front ground? I don't know if it's called the front yard. The giant, it was in the Magnolia family at Arthur Findlay College.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that? Okay, that huge tree, because that's kind of what I was envisioning. And the thing I love most about that tree is the fact that it does bloom like those big magnolias, like late May, June. So it's just this stupendous, and it's kind of, I don't know, symbolic, I think, of the way that we kind of bloom, that you can be this big, strong, sturdy thing, but you can also have these like new blooms that are really pretty and flowery and light and gentle. And I think I need to remind myself of that sometimes, because I really need to work on my gentleness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, this energy here is about, being the warrior, being that, goddess, God, rising up into your power, this truth and honor, integrity, and justice, this energy here. Through the end of December, I'm definitely seeing that the universe is supporting all of us in a huge way to make bold moves and big decisions. Certainly we're still in retrograde, so this is a creative energy right now. Once retrograde ends after September 5th, move forward and take some action in some of those steps. But yeah, it's exciting wave of energy, but very, very intense, which is creating some discord and disharmony in families right now.
Right. And the one quote that you said towards the end that I actually already posted, or I think I tried to post, on the Breakroom is just we are all one big blended family. We are all one in the perfection of the universe. There is no separateness. We are one color, one language, one body. Wow. That says it all, and if you're able to look at it that way, you're like, wow, I guess, it's not that, oh, he did this or she did that, or, oh my God, she drives me crazy when she does this. But it's like you're just kind of realizing we're one. From a personal standpoint, I know when I was a teacher, it used to kind of drive me a little bit nuts, and I hope I'm not stepping anybody's toes here, when we did diversity assemblies. Because I always felt that we should do more similarity assemblies because we were so busy embracing our diversity that I thought, well, we should spend more time embracing the fact that we have similarities, because that's where we're going to kind of come together.
Beautiful. I love that idea. That is so, so perfect. Yeah, most definitely, because, it's like gratitude, when you stop and think about all of the things that we have in common, all of the things that we can be grateful for, that the thread that weaves through all of us, that commonness, really is where our power, our strength rises up from that commonness. Certainly, we don't want everybody to be carbon copies of each other. So I understand, understand that respecting differences idea, but it's like a penny with two sides. We've got heads and we've got tails. And as much as we celebrate diversity, there needs to be the balance of the other side in celebrating our similarities. So yeah, I definitely see a yin and yang in that. That's a great point, Susan.
Yeah. Yep. I'm trying to think. Oh, another thing that I noticed, and this is going to be kind of jumping back again. And Julie, maybe you can explain this to me. The other day, even when we were teaching our Lightworkers class, when we were doing the meditation, I got into a mad case of the yawns. And even when you started opening up here, I got into a mad case of the yawns. And I started panicking, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I hope when I channel today, I don't get into a mad case of yawning again. And I've been told that is a form of releasing negative energy. So maybe because of everything that's going on right now, because there is more negativity, does that make sense to you? Is that one of the things that people do?
Most definitely. And I know I work with a couple different healing techniques. I think everyone's familiar with EFT or tapping, and also Ho'oponopono. And one of the things that they always say is, what you're looking for, the release comes in the yawn. The release comes when you feel that need to take a breath. And so when you're tapping, when you're doing Ho'oponopono, and at the end they always say, take a big breath, or sometimes that yawn, that desire to breathe in deeply, will occur before the end, and it is an indication. It is that energy moving up through your body, wanting to be expelled, wanting to be released. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And wow, what a compliment. So thank you, all that yawning, because it is this energetic frequency. Metatronic energetic frequency. There's always a beautiful healing that comes through during our channelings for both of us, from Metatron and Jacob, for all of our listeners. So make sure you're taking advantage of this incredible healing here today. We are taking live callers during our fourth segment at 1-202-570-7057. Stay tuned for Susan Schuler, channeling Jacob, a master teacher of the Akasha.
The cutting edge of conscious radio, OMTimes Radio, IOM FM. Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community.
Would you like to speak to an Archangel? Hi, I'm Julie Geigel, Trance Channel for Archangel Metatron. Book your session now and get the clarity and insight you need to make this your best year yet. Past
Past life readings promote understanding about current life situations. This is psychic medium Susan Schuler. Let me help you gain insight. Book an appointment today at mediumsusan.com.
And we are the Psychic Angel Channelers from Angel Talk Tuesday, hosted every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern on OMTimesRadio.com.
Aloha, my name is Jennifer O'Neill, and I'd like to invite you to come join me every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time for my show, Spirit Chat. Spirit Chat focuses on simplifying the process of using the spiritual tools and gifts you were born with in a way that fits into your everyday life. I also teach different techniques that will help you learn how to navigate the spirit realm and empower you on your own spiritual journey. So join me this Wednesday as I guide you through the spirit world.
Today, my new dad and I shot off a rocket in the park.
Today, my new son and I failed to shoot off a rocket.
The rocket launched into the air.
And then crashed into the pond.
I'll never forget that day.
I'll never forget that day, even if I tried.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Angel Talk Tuesday. This is Susan Schuler. We hope you enjoyed beautiful channel as well as our previous discussion about her channel. As a channeler, I work with a team of guides from the Akashic Records, of whom Jacob is the master teacher and leader of this group. The Akashic Records are where I gain much information during my past life and psychic readings. As a professional psychic medium based in the Los Angeles area, I do readings for clients in person and on the phone and with Skype all over the world. I do frequent mediumship and psychic demonstrations around Los Angeles and New York. My next big demonstration will be with the Arthur Finley College tutor from the United Kingdom, Chris Drew, on Saturday, October 21st in Orange County. The lovely Lori Walker, a fellow Los Angeles-based medium, will be joining us as well. Tickets for this Power of Three evening of mediumship are $35 and can be purchased online at 3power.eventbrite.com. That's the number 3, power.eventbrite.com. Krista will also be doing an event down San Diego way with James Van Prague on October 24th, so I feel very blessed to be working once again with this very accurate and entertaining man. For anyone who's ever seen Chris in action, he is very lively. For more information about these events, email me at mediumsusan@icloud.com. And aside from private readings and demonstrations, I also teach classes and hold small development circles in Santa Monica and online. And I, as she may be holding our first Lightworkers mentorship class, and we're excited to be offering our second one starting in November. And this deals with, it's an ongoing 4-month training where we deal with psychic development, mediumship, connecting to spirit guides, and angels. All the details for any of this information may be found at my website at mediumsusan.com or on my Facebook page at Susan Schuler Psychic Medium. And don't forget, as Julie mentioned, we are accepting calls at 202-570-7057 for mini readings during the show, or even if you would just personal observations about today's topic. So let me switch gears and take a nice big deep breath as I ask Jacob to step forward. Welcome to this beautiful new day. We are pleased to be here with you today to celebrate another period in which we spend time together. We view this as a sacred time of teaching, learning, and growth, and respect that you have taken the time to show up. Much like with your life, the act of simply showing up can be the major part of the learning battle.
one must first be present in order for any learning and growth to happen. We offer a play on words here as well, because you must first be someplace and then must be present in the moment. We realize that being in the present moment does not come naturally for the human mind, for it is designed to assess lessons learned from the past and force certain outcomes for the future. But we take this moment in time to draw your attention to the powerful moment known as the present. So we thank you for showing up at this moment and choosing to be present. For today's channel, we begin by offering a healing of sorts. A healing for those of you who are having issues and challenges, loving those who you refer to as your family, but who in reality are not your family through blood lineage. We understand these extended families, ever so prevalent in your society today on your planet, can prove to be one of the great challenges, for there are certain liberties we see you give those directly related to you that may be harder to do when they are not. Ah, but what an amazing tool to learn these relationships can be, for they force you to learn about many things, and we remind you of something you already know. Just because someone is blood related does not make it an easy relationship, so they are no different. So today, we would first like to walk you through a healing to help soothe over any relationships that may have caused you issues in the past, so you can then move forward after this day in a more fully present and open and loving way when dealing with these extended family members. For we remind you, you are all pieces of the same God. Take a deep breath, a full breath. Release it, and with it release all the anger, tension, and old stories you have been holding with it. Today is a new day, a new beginning with these family members. So allow every cell in your body to release the anger, fear, or apathy that it may have been holding on to. It serves neither you nor these family members. As you allow yourself to release these things, we ask you to reflect and consider the positive attributes of these people. Look within to their God spark and recognize the similarities you share with one another rather than the differences. Take this time to do it and use this day to further investigate this concept. Focus on the same, not the differences. For this is what will make loving easier to do. So first release the anger as you blow out the air now, and bring in the love and acceptance as you breathe in, thinking about your similarities and the divine spark of God deep within you that makes you one and the same. Breathe in love. Breathe out fear and anger. Breathe in love. Breathe out fear and anger again. Practice this now throughout your day today and see how this transforms your relationships. Thank you for doing that with us at this time, and we suggest doing this activity frequently. It will not only help you release the negativity, but quickly allow you to put the ego off to one side and your soul to the forefront. Remember, your ego is the petty voice in your head who has a challenging time with these extended family relationships. So tapping into your God spark and your soul as often as possible will help you greatly. Now we shift back to speaking to the cognitive mind to tell you how lucky you can be to have these extended families. For no longer is it simply mother, father, and 2.5 children, and it never was. Yes, we say it never was. It was only the idealized view for many years. But for thousands of years, and many more before that, it has taken a village to raise a child. So never forget, communities have always been active, thereby forming their own extended families. So even as we discuss this topic, you tend to narrow your topic of that which we mean. Remember, you do not need to like everyone, but you can still learn from them, teach them, and love them by recognizing you are pieces of the same puzzle, not a totally different entity. It is all how you approach it that makes how these outcomes of the relationships transpire. So we go back to our original thoughts today and tell you these relationships can best formulate when you allow yourself to be present with these individuals, taking time to truly see them, look at them, and see their beautiful souls within. We know the days are busy and filled to the brim, but wouldn't it be easier to enjoy or respect another once you understand and empathize with them on a deeper, more profound level? Dealing with these individuals may be the most important life lesson you learn, for these people may not be of your immediate family, but they may be from your soul family, and these may be agreements you set before you incarnated into this life. Therefore, embrace these opportunities of growth and development with these extended family members. Do not wish them away, but rather roll up your sleeves and jump right in with curiosity and excitement about new lessons coming your way. Up until now, we have only spoken of those challenging extended family members, but there are just as many that form amazing and strong bonds that sometimes prove more meaningful than those whom you are directly related to. This is Susan Schuler, channeling Jacob from the Akashic Records. Please stay tuned for the last segment of our show, when we will be taking callers, if there are any, and discussing today's channel. Thank you.
Bringing a more conscious lifestyle to your world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Are you a light worker? Would you like to become a light worker? Hi, I'm Julie Geigel, and I've partnered with my co-host from Angel Talk Tuesday, the gifted and talented Susan Schuler, to bring you an exciting new online event.
As former public school educators, Julie and I are now spiritual teachers. We've teamed up together to offer an exciting new mentorship program to help spiritual seekers align with their gifts to serve humanity.
This is an ongoing program that runs in 4-month segments. Go to juliegeigel.com to watch a sneak preview and learn more.
Looking for inspiration?
Want to be inspired?
Not sure where to go?
Find Mark and Kim every Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on Inspired Living.
Topics will elevate consciousness and range from metaphysics to the human and social experience and all things spiritual.
Welcome to an inspired community that offers support, encouragement, and new ways of thinking. You are the inspired and the inspiration.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When floodwaters reach your door? When wildfires are engulfing the edge of your neighborhood? Or an earthquake is destroying buildings? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back. Hi, this is Julie Geigel with Susan Schuler, and we are channeling some beautiful inspired messages on blended families. So we would love to hear from you. We are taking callers at 1-202-570-7057, and we are doing free psychic and medium readings. So be sure to call in at 1-202-570-7057. And if you're too shy for the radio, you can always post your question in the break room over on Facebook, Angel Talk Tuesday Breakroom, and we'll share that live here on the air. So we're going to go ahead and jump into a beautiful discussion on those amazing messages Jacob brought through, channeled by Susan Schuler. Hey, Susan, that was awesome.
Hey there, thank you. I thought he did pretty awesome today, too.
Well, thank you. Yeah, so let's go ahead and break it down here. Jacob talked about blended families can certainly prove to be challenging, but well worth the effort, well worth the energy. And he also mentioned that, everything happens for a reason. So these people did not come into your life by accident. There is a reason they're here. There's a lesson, there's a learning, there's a deeper connection or an opening or understanding about yourself, about your life. So instead of ignoring or denying or disconnecting, dive in with both feet, roll up those sleeves and jump in. I loved how he said, don't wish them away, roll up your sleeves and jump in.
It is true. And I don't know how your family was growing up, but I definitely had an extended family, and it is kind of easy to want to wish them away at times. So that is good.
Yeah, and I do not have any personal experience with extended families, either from my family of origin or my current family. So it was interesting, because when this topic came to me, I'm like, I wonder how this one's going to go.
And too, Julie, though, but think about this, because you might have more of an extended family than you realize, because, I think about, I grew up living upstairs from my family's restaurant. Everybody that worked in that restaurant was my extended family, because sometimes the ladies in the kitchen would have to put me to bed. You know what I mean? So it's it could be the mailman, it can be the milkman. We have these, they're pretty big.
That is so interesting. So your family owned a restaurant?
Yeah, and we did. We lived upstairs, and I didn't have dinner in a normal situation. I came down to the dining room and ate in the back room with my sisters. And so that was sort of our experience. So it's funny because when people do mediumship with me, they're like, I have your grandmother here. And I'm like, I've got like 10 of them. Which one? Because of all the old ladies that worked in the kitchen.
Absolutely. Well, and it's interesting, Susan, because my family owned a restaurant too. I love it. I'm like, wait a minute here. This is kind of so coincidental.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I can totally relate to that because I actually married the cook, my husband.
There you go. There you go.
So we have extended families, and even your spouse is really your extended family because, they're coming from a completely new set of rules, of people, of energy. And Jacob talked about how these people in your life that, aren't blood, that sometimes we say we have a stronger connection with our blood family. Some people might, but I do say that there are, and Jacob hit on this at the very end, there are incredibly strong bonds that occur with extended family. And I know Jacob also pointed out that sometimes our extended family is our soul family.
Mm-hmm.
So our blood family isn't necessarily our soul family, and our extended family isn't necessarily our soul family. Our soul family shows up wherever they want and whoever they want, and they're always here for the evolution of our soul. So being open, and I think sometimes, and even like with a soulmate, sometimes there's this misconception that if it's a soul family or soulmate, that there is everything's easy and effortless, that you're just love, joy, peace, and harmony all the time. But that's not true either. Just because there might be challenges or issues in the relationship doesn't mean that they're not a soul family. And I think it was interesting, Susan, when we did that hypnosis with the Lightworkers program, and you had mentioned, there was someone that came in during the meditation and that showed me they're in my soul family, or maybe you had this experience elsewhere and it repeated. But during this lifetime, you hated that person and you abhorred that relationship. Yet, on a deeper level, they were actually in your soul family. So there's lots of lessons and learnings, and being open to receive those experiences in the heart of love instead of fear or frustration is really the key to one of the main message I believe that the channeling has brought through today. Thoughts?
Absolutely. And it's funny because that was my stepmother that you were talking about. And honestly, I really had issues with her until I had that thought process about, wow, she's probably in my life for me to learn these certain things I'd never have come across. It brought up emotions I never would have, and it's a gift. And when you get that kind of attitude adjustment of this person who I despised many, many years was really a gift in my life. It's empowering, and it's just it makes you. It does make it so much easier to say, okay, we are all that God spark, or we all are that God peace, and it's just it's a better feeling, and I think it's so much healthier, because I think whenever you despise somebody, I think it's only like a double-edged sword that's coming back at you. You're not hurting them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, and I love the beautiful healing that he took us through, releasing anger, tension, old stories, fear, apathy, and really inviting us to be present with that person, even if they're irritating the heck out of us or annoying, frustrating, to really try to, it's like that gratitude exercise we talked about before, focus on positive aspects. And I know as a teacher, I remember one of the beautiful tips I was given from a seasoned veteran was, you're going to have children that come into your classroom, and honestly, those were extended families. I mean, we spent more time with those kids oftentimes than their own parents, if you think about it. And it does create this beautiful family, blended family. And the tip was, try to find, you're going to have kids you hate. You're going to have kids that drive you crazy, totally insane up the wall. But find one thing that you like about them, even if it's something as shallow as you like their hair, or they have a beautiful smile. Find one thing you like about them and focus on that. And I'm telling you, wow, did it get me through some dark times teaching.
And you know what, Julie? It's funny because I can even take that a step further, because I remember you've probably had this too, where there were classes that they hated each other. And I remember one time I was teaching ninth graders, and I took a piece of paper around and I said, everybody's got to write their name on it. And each person, everybody had a different sheet of paper, and you all had to write the person's name and one thing you liked about them. And then I gave everybody their own sheet of paper so they saw what everybody in the class liked about them. And every time that I would do that, it pulled the class together. And by the end of the year, they were usually my favorite, most cohesive class.
Yes, I did that activity too. That was
it was just awesome.
Very exciting exercise, and I know oftentimes you hear about students keeping that forever. All right, well, this has again been an amazing discussion here. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time out of your day to join us here on Angel Talk Tuesday. Archives are posted 24 hours after the live show airs on OMTimesRadio.com. Don't forget to join us on Facebook in Angel Talk Tuesday Breakroom, where we post our favorite quotes. Remember, you have a plethora of angels uplifting, inspiring, and enfolding you in God's love every day. Until next time, this is the Psychic Angel Channelers, Julie Geigel and Susan Schuler, helping you connect with your own angelic team.